Welcome. I just want to update you on what we're doing on strategy in the museum, and specifically the strategic review we started at the February 2012 board meeting. Of course, central to the museum's strategy is its development and dissemination of expertise and the pragmatic way in which it does that. And what I'll do quickly is go through some of the important things the museum is about and then go into what our strategy is. So first thing, we have our building and our museum housed in that building in Lockhart. It has 500 clocks and watches. Sadly, we can only display 190. And our goal really is to try and increase the number of visitors, which we have already increased in 2011. We're doing more in terms of getting some of the more interesting exhibits on the internet in terms of YouTube video clips. And we do have now our own YouTube video channel. Second, and very important aspect is, of course, the leadership. We have a good board in place, we have an active membership, and we have partnerships with guilds and clockmaking associations, and we'll continue to build on those partnerships and continue to build our membership. Most importantly, the museum has operated what is called the Texas Tower Clock initiative for a number of years, and essentially this is the hands-on renovation, restoration of some of the historic tower clocks, particularly in the sort of county courts in Texas, and a lot more to say about that. Which we'll do in another briefing, but that's a very important initiative. Of equal importance is, in fact, our commitment to learning and craft. You know, clock and watchmaking is a craft that obviously the museum cherishes. And it spends a good part of its time and effort in actually teaching people about watchmaking, watch repair, and getting interest in the craft. We're all about funding, in a sense, because without that we don't survive. And we've done extremely well in terms of funding. We get paid, for example, for the repair work and restoration work we do on tower clocks, and we get paid for the learning and craft courses that we operate. Additionally, we have donations, which are often quite significant, and we have social events and things like raffles. Sort of traditionally to increase funding. And I should say about social events, these are very important in terms of pulling the membership together and also raising our profile in the community, which we think is terribly important. And finally, in terms of just this brief overview, we see us having from now on an evolved operating model. And we see much more us extending our reach through the internet and through technology, not just beyond Lockhart and Texas, but beyond the shores of the United States. So lots of things, and in the context of evolved operating models, we see the way we work and the way we integrate. As an organization changing through exploitation of technology. So here's where we are in terms of development. This museum mission is evolving. I mean, this This is not cast in stone, it's at a sort of draft stage. But it basically says we want to grow the museum's impact so it becomes the leading Texas source of horological knowledge and activism. You know, we really want to make a big difference, and we want to continue the impact we have. And to do this, we see really 5 focal points for 2012 and beyond. The first I've mentioned is increasing the traffic through the Lockhart exhibits. And Dan Sweet has done an enormous amount, and Jean Galbraith. We're now open 2 days, Saturday and Sunday on the weekends. We do tours. And if you look at some of the video clips that we've got on our channel, you'll see that we're doing a better and better job about making the exhibits we've got interesting and exciting. We'll do more of that. We want to continue to develop the Tile Clock initiative. We have a number of clocks, tile clocks that we're talking to the owners, the counties that own those, and we expect this year to do at least 2 or 3 restorations. And the difference this year with last year is we're going to spend a lot more time, documenting those in terms of videos and updates and so forth, because there is a lot of learnings and a lot of interest and excitement around these. Third, we want to expand the learning and craft activities we undertake, and again I've mentioned through the internet. The idea basically is that we run small workshops in the museum facilities in Lockhart, and what we'd like to do is expand those so that people could attend those small workshops over the internet through video conferencing facilities and so forth. We haven't done much work on teeing that up, but we think that's a useful thing. And of course, again with our video channel, we want to record more of the courses that we do out there on the internet. I've talked a bit about developing a differentiated operating model. Don't need to say more. I think the thing to say perhaps is that we want to work in a much more collaborative way within the museum, and of course with our membership and our partnerships and so forth. So we intend to use some of the more interesting pieces of technology to do that. And finally, I've already covered funding. I mean, we have significant funds at the moment, and the vast majority of those have come really from the Tile Clock initiative. But we want to grow and add income streams, and what we want to ensure is that the museum has a strong cash flow.